So we got cheap stuff. It should, and this, the other sprocket is this big.
Oh yeah.
Versus that big. So I'm gonna definitely have more torque from that baby.
Yep.
Assuming it works. And I got the chain, so I should be able to get that going in the next couple of months.
Is it going to be easier to replace the motor, or pull the sprocket off and stick the sprocket on?
Well, the motor, this motor is much easier to replace than the other one. See those?
Yeah.
The other one doesn't have those. You have to strap the puppy in,
That's it.
What's different? I don't know.
You
can tell it's the exact same part number.
It's the same motor.
It is. And if the motor works, I'm in good to go. And what I'll do is I can just build an L plate easily enough. I can bend my own. I'll use a piece of aluminum and bend it. And in fact, I made a bracket myself, shelf bracket. I had some shelf brackets. I'd take them and
you MacGyvered it.
Bam, bam, bam. Put it on the vise. And on the back of the vise, it's got a little hammer place. Bam, 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 bam. A mechanical genius, that's me. And to do this, I just need to fold a piece of aluminum and drill 3 holes.
Drill some holes.
Yeah. Yeah. And away I go. And that's me. It's easy. I don't have to have anything super. And the chain, and it should be good to go. Once I get that going, and the steering will work. It's not wonderful, but it'll work. I'll be ready to go.
Mainly, you're going to be mostly doing straight lines, aren't you?
Yeah, that's my objective.
So you don't have to. It's not like you're going to be doing hairpin turns or anything.
No.
You're not doing an oval track or
figure eights. Yeah.
None of that stuff.
Let's be doing straight lines. Set the direction, and then it'll either be going this direction or that direction. There's your choice.
Yeah. That's all you want it to do.
Yeah. And let's see. See if I can talk to the screen. Now this guy ought to handle the screen very well.
I don't think we're going to have anyone else tonight, are we?
You never know. We encourage people to come in later,
Yeah, Frank comes in late.
The late Frank.
The late Frank.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, I like the smaller groups. It doesn't bother me at all. Don't bother me at all. Bing.
Oh, you're talking.
Oh yeah. That Chromebook has trouble, I think, sometimes keeping up with all this stuff. It'll blow up. I assume it's the poor little Chromebook being abused. Boing. 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 Oh yeah. Velcro. Almost made it.
Okay.
For battery holders.
Oh, battery holders. Got it. I was wondering why I needed Velcro for a second.
Okay, now I can take that off
the list of things.
Stuff that I never pay attention to.
See, if I stay here long enough, when I go get my fish sandwich at Frisch's, go home, don't turn the TV on, I won't have to watch the Bengals and get diaper rash. I don't have much interest.
We might put us on their need to know list in this case.
I kind of watch Ohio State a little bit, but pro football I'm not as.
Ohio State games.
They got shellacked.
They got beat
But
up.
I still root for them.
Yeah.
Or the Bengal, I kind of half root for them, but sports overall, as I get older, means less and less.
Why do you have a line down your screen?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I don't have a line on my screen. It's on your
It's
screen.
on the
Something wrong
TV.
with your screen. Let's see, I'll F5 it. See if that helps.
That's just weird.
Let's see what reload does to this. It lived through it.
Made it small, a little bit smaller.
Okay, that's all it was, just reload it.
That was weird.
Microsoft lived through
It's
it.
a grandma.
Yeah. Cincinnati Mini Maker Fair, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Wife's my smartphone remote control switch. Yeah, that's working great. Anymore again, but it's working great now. It's only $9 a piece. Periodically to recycle a kitty litter robot.
Okay.
The 3-cam cameras are still $30 well, the 1080p works good. It doesn't have any more definition. The new higher definition 1080p doesn't have any higher definition. What they did was you can see more.
Oh, it's a bigger
Screen, your viewing area. The resolution, you still see everything you saw before. You just see more of it.
Yeah. It's not, the pixels aren't any finer. Or
Yeah.
Same.
It's just you have more pixels.
Gotcha.
You can look at it. And if I could play my camera on there, you could see it. And that was old stuff. Velcro, I thought I deleted that. Did I not delete that? Is my insanity creeping back on me? Oh, I refreshed the screen. Oh, I'm out of the editor mode. Oh, restarting the screen threw away the old one. Let's see if it lives through that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, you took that, okay.
Velcro.
Wet and forget? My driveway's looking better every day.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. I was just out there today saying, oh, it looks
Oh, you
good.
put wet and forget on it?
Yeah.
That's what Denny Sullivan talks about wet and forget all the time.
Gary saw.
Gary Sullivan, around the house. Just like those, is it Zoller or Zollner sump pumps? They make them in Louisville. He swears they're the best.
Yeah, Zoller pumps.
They're
Zoller.
Zoller, they're supposed to be the best.
Yeah.
They're more expensive, but.
Those the battery backup ones have trouble. You got to replace the batteries like.
Is that right? It's a Zollner or the.
You got to replace them every couple of years. My neighbor across the street, his blew up, and he's got an outdoor light, and it was blinking while he was on vacation. Nice, but hey, blows up. You don't replace the batteries. You got to replace the batteries.
You just spray that stuff on there and don't do anything, correct?
Yep. Walk away. Just like the vacuum.
You don't have to scrub it or anything.
Nope.
In fact, you want it to sit on there, correct?
Yep. That's what Kenny says. Just spray it on there. And
Is that what you?
Don't put it on in the sunshine.
Yeah, that's what they say. No sunshine.
Spray it on, walk away, and it'll clean up. It may take a couple of months.
Yeah. It doesn't happen overnight.
Well, we tried it on the shingles this time to see if they make a difference.
It's the next
Shingles or any kind of mildew.
Oh, yeah, I got pictures.
Shingles or any kind of mildew on the side of a house or.
Yeah, I'm talking about the shingles, pictures of the shingles, Kenny, not these other pictures. Okay.
Usually when he recommends something, it's pretty good stuff.
Sometimes. So, yeah, well, we tried it out. And it worked on the driveway.
Yeah.
They did a real nice job. They did an excellent job on the porch. Yeah, I sprayed that 3 times, the driveway now 3 times. And
Just let it work for a while and
No, I spray it, and then a month later I come back and spray it.
Spray it again.
So 3 months in a row, summertime. Worked out nicely.
There you go, Jim. It's got 4 LEDs on it.
Uh-huh.
It's
That's
running.
for the $50,
No, that's not $50. That was $18.
$18.
It's
Ah.
got the display. You know how you said I should make the display with the lights. So
Uh-huh.
this does it all.
Cool.
And it's only using one core, and it's not slow. It keeps right up with everything. I've got a video of it somewhere. I'm just not sure where that video went.
Even clouding. Oh, look at the ghost.
The ghost.
Hey, you want to see my ghost?
With these, oh, that's scary. That's scary, man.
I won't be able to sleep tonight.
That's a $1 ghost from the dollar store that I pulled the electronics out of. Or pulled the junk out and stuck my own stuff in.
Got neat music and everything.
Yeah. No expense was spared to edit this video. It's using that's using that cheer lights. So the color of the LED comes from the internet.
Okay.
And I just set it to flash because I wanted something spooky.
Now
Now
they're
you got a purple count though. Like,
Yes.
the
So
Moto-
somebody changed it to purple.
The new Moto Z phone has if you buy one of the options, you get the projector.
That's all on the TV.
And the projectors they're small and cheap now. So you should be able to do some mean Halloween tricks with projectors. Mean.
And now it's really purple.
So someone on the internet's affecting that light bulb.
Yep. And it doesn't play that sound. It actually plays spooky,
Okay.
scary.
You dubbed your own.
Well, when I did this, there was like a ton of background noise just going on. So
Okay.
it's like, no, we're not putting all.
We're not doing background noise.
You hear Patty back there. Stop playing with that! All you rotten little kids.
Got Spock on there.
Yeah, he's got a
so-
little grin
so
on
that
his face.
Do you think you could use that projector for something else other than what it was meant for?
Scary stuff.
Well, I
Scared
mean,
the crap out of somebody.
do you think it would work with? I don't know. I haven't actually physically seen it, but do you think it would work not with the phone? Because
All you probably need is VGA, I expect.
I don't know.
HTML or VGA, one of the two.
I don't know.
Let's see. Let's trial it to eBay or somewhere.
Well, because MCM had it on sale. Let's see if they've still got it or if they've sold out. MCM's getting close.
They're getting close to shoving off. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need some advance money to buy them out?
No, I have bought everything that I've.
Nothing left. Hey,
Hey, Mr. Frank.
Okay, we need
Wow.
projector.
They had one.
What's our projector Arduino? Just for me.
They got a lot of stuff labeled clearance.
Here it is. Motorola Moto Mods Display Personal Display. It's for $18, $19.
this projector?
I don't know what it is. Is that the projector you're talking about? No, that's not the projector.
It looks like one. Got a little
Projector,
It
they
looks
call
like
it
one to
personal
me.
projector. Huh?
Display personality card connects directly to Moto Mods for an example of how to integrate blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Extended display shows how to. The included display uses a single lane DSI with an I2C bus.
I2C?
I mean, somebody will figure out how to make it talk to something. I don't think that's the projector. I think that's something else. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't see the projector chip thing. But I saw somebody tinkering with them many times ago. They were like low resolution. We don't need high resolution to scare the bejeebers out of somebody. We're thinking Halloween, Frank.
Halloween.
Those personal projectors?
Yeah.
Scare the bejeebers out of somebody, I would think. I was doing a contract gig down at a paper company, and I would work late hours. I was working 16 hours a day, and I come in one night and by the guard shack, and there's this critter at the guard gate when I came in one day, and he had one of these big faces, and he was light complected and a huge face, and I'm sitting there just about to poop my pants. And finally he said something, and when he said something, I realized it was a mask. Thank God. I was a nightmare.
Walmart in Franklin has
Acid flashback.
Walmart in Franklin has a small projector in their Halloween displays for $59. And it's supposed to be able to hook up to VGA.
Well, we want one that's
No.
solid state.
You get
Cheap.
padded.
It's small. It's a teeny tiny thing.
Okay. Oh, hey, Ray. Maybe
I was
Ray
going-
knows about it.
I was going to wait until Halloween was over and see if they put them on sale.
Somebody been beating you, Ray?
Beat me?
Yeah.
For what?
You look like somebody been beating you.
You really do.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
It just came in? Just woke up. Like me, I just woke up.
Sort of. I worked a full day on like 12 hours on Monday, and then I worked 9 hours on Tuesday. I drove to Wichita, Kansas, worked 5 hours, drove back, slept 3 hours this morning and went to work. And I've been with this guy. This is, he's my West Coast field installation guy.
Ah.
His name also is Ray.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
Ray,
You
I'm
don't have to trouble with that.
It at times it has caused a little bit of confusion, but
Ray 1 or Ray 2?
actually he goes by a nickname of Laser Ray, which is even more confusion because
That's you.
because I'm the laser owner. So, but he's been a good contractor employee for us.
And saving you from having to go to the West Coast all the time?
Yes. So if there's a problem within 3 hours of LA, it's easy for him to just pop in. LA happens to be a hot spot for us, and
It's only 9 miles. I've been to LA.
LA.
It's only 9 miles of drive. I have been too.
But
It's a
he lives over
3-hour
there.
drive, but it's 9 miles away.
No, I'm saying if there's anywhere within a 3-hour drive, that generally makes it pretty easy for him to drive there. But we also fly him to Iowa and Washington, and it just so happened to fit this week into the schedule that we needed to fly him to Connecticut. And so he flew to Connecticut, and on the way back, we decided for him to stop in Ohio and do some training. And so I'm teaching him some extra stuff, and I asked him if he wanted to go to a robot meeting, and he's like, well, Is it okay if I sleep through it, or I'll go do something else, or?
There we go. This is Ken here. He also will be sleeping through our class.
No, Ray there has just a little bit of sleep from last night and jet lag and.
Hey, he's gonna go way east and then he's gotta get used to it.
And
Then he gotta go back home.
And the
it
real-
really messes you up.
Yeah, this is so.
the real bad part is nobody brought any robots today.
I was going to, but I thought, you know, you're probably sick and tired of my robots, and you're probably sick and tired of my robots. I did put a message on.
Yeah, I saw it
Is it the one that says I'm going to be selling them for real cheap?
to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So
the older model.
the older versions. So let me explain it to anybody who didn't read the note. We built up a whole bunch of kits May of last year, and then it did a whole bunch of them in January of this year, and then here around June, July, August of this year, we did a couple of revisions. You know, changing the antenna type and this and that, just little stuff. But I don't want to put last year's revisions on our website as being for sale. So I'm probably either going to put those on eBay at a discount price just to get some publicity, or if anybody here wants to buy them, and they're going to be basically at cost. They're like we're selling them anywhere from $60 to $120, but if anybody in the club wants to buy them, they're like $35. So, okay. There's literally 12 different robots right now. So if you want to, you can pull up rabbitrobots.com. Rabbitrobots.com, and we're doing pretty good. We've got 3D videos up, like how to assemble stuff. We've got assembly instructions going. We've got example projects, example programming.
Destination. What the?
So, what's that? You know, our videos, I think we only have 7 out of 13 videos up. We only have like 5 out of 13 assembly instructions done, but we're working on it. This was supposed to be my vacation week. I'm supposed to be in
Fort Lauderdale.
Myrtle Beach.
Oh, they didn't get totally swamped, did they?
No.
Charleston did.
My mother-in-law had a stroke, so that killed off all of our family vacation. So my wife decided, hey, Ray, you can go out of town. I'm like, what happened to me staying in town for the mother-in-law? So she said, no, you don't need to stay in town
You
for
had
my
to go to
mom.
Wichita.
You can go to Wichita. You can go there. You can go
Hey
there.
Jim, can you stop casting, because I can't find the Chromecast right now.
Huh.
Yeah, it just sort of disappeared.
Let's see, how do you stop
Just-
the cast?
The same way you started.
Cast. Stop. I hadn't had any trouble whatsoever on this one. That's new for me. This higher powered one. Okay, I'm straight. I'm not doing anything. I'm
Yeah,
totally
it's
innocent.
just weird. It just disappears.
Sometimes it does that. I just reconnect to the router. Yeah.
Is that your hoodoo router?
It could be the router. That's what I was going to say. We go through our. Oh, look at here.
He pulled up the MCM. There's all kinds of stuff on clearance.
Are they really starting to clear stuff now?
Oh, everything's marked clearance.
They've got some decent deals. It's not phenomenal.
I want
Decent.
their the bench top multimeter. It's like the orange one. It's like 3 inches tall.
The problem is like I went in there today to buy a few things. Most of it's been moved to South Carolina already. So what they've got is what they're trying to get rid of. So
You don't have to move it.
Stuff that's too heavy to eat.
Too heavy or not worth moving?
I can't get it to cast. I don't know. That's just
I
weird.
can't see it
Mike's
either.
empty scope.
Let's see that.
Let's reboot the stupid Chromecast.
Well, there's Vincente.
I see it.
And on last week's subjects, I have at least a dozen, and I think like 15 batteries in the car.
All about
Okay.
what you get.
Oh, don't bring that up in front of Ray. Ray's got batteries too. We got another.
You know, it is funny enough that I said I've got these batteries. So I went to a ham radio convention, and there's a UPS that's exactly like the ones that I use at work.
Yeah.
$3. So I take it home. Yeah, you plug it in, and it's got alarm. I look up the alarm. Nobody can figure out the alarm. And one obscure little post said, "Hey, try to replace the batteries."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Hey, I got batteries." So I switched to batteries. The thing works great. So we plug it in. It's charging. I leave. While I'm gone, my dad was like, "Hey, your UPS started making an alarm." And there was a note on the front that said, change batteries. So he went and grabbed new batteries and changed it. Yeah. So the most recent one that I replaced was working great. It was one of my old ones that started having battery problems, so I had new batteries for it too. And I got new batteries for the other one. I was like, this is sweet.
You're good.
Oh, so here's the website. So if you click on robot kits up there, okay, it's not the fastest site. Let's go down to Bitty Rover, because that's our favorite, right? Everybody loves a Bitty Rover.
Yeah. That's our
There you go.
starting point.
Yeah.
How much the shipping to Mason?
How bad is the shipping to me? I'm still working on doing my
Old stock.
my integration to UPS and USPS so they can automatically configure all the shipping costs. So right now it has a flat rate shipping of $7 for anybody in the world, or anybody in the United States. I don't sell outside the United States. So if you, all of those are
That's a picture.
CAD models. No, those are CAD models. The
The
top two are photos. Okay, and then on the far top, well, the top left right there, not the far left, but there's the schematic that I built with fritzing.
Yeah.
The down one.
I should look at this screen, not that screen.
Yeah. So if you scroll further down the web page, there's some description, and then under the description, there's 3 links right there. There's the fritzing schematic, so you can download that. A PNG of the fritzing. Click on the PDF right there. Oh, we can click either one. Okay, so that pulls up a the PDF. Is it not going to work?
Only casting one tab instead of.
Oh, okay. How do you like that though? Isn't that cool?
Yeah. I watched him make a bunch of those.
Yeah, he was making a whole bunch of the pictures.
You want to use this thing, Leroy?
No, I'm all right.
He's just casting one tab of the
You
Explorer.
can cast the whole thing with Windows.
Well, I could have cast the whole thing.
How
like this.
you guys like the video? It actually does simplify some stuff for the how it's assembled.
Sort of.
But only if you go really, really fast.
Really.
Yeah, you gotta do it really fast. Screw this.
Edward Scissorhands.
You guys might remember that we were using like the wood screws to hold the yellow motors onto the. We don't do that anymore. We're using an M3 by 25 millimeter.
Using the right screws.
Using the right stuff now.
This is a big difference between this and the Chinese stuff.
Yeah, the styrene, the material that we cut it out of,
Instructions,
is really durable.
documentation, everything.
Yeah, we're trying.
Do we want to put an article on
What
the
kind of
meeting
tires are those?
announcements?
Those rubber tires?
Yes, they are an actual rubber. They're not like hard plastic. In the caster wheel, but there's 13 or 12, 13 different robots, and we got plans for 4 more. I'm even going to do I want to do a ball balancing kit.
Yeah.
And so it balances the ball back and forth. You are so inspirational to me, man.
Yeah.
He's inspirational to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So is this one of the ones you've updated and you're getting rid of old stock sheet?
We have Bitty Rover, Round Rover,
The compact.
the Compact. I think there's like 1 or 2 more that are they're in the So,
Is that just the plastic bits, or is that?
Oh, it's entire
big
kit. Entire kit, like $35 for the entire kit. Controller, plastics, motors, everything.
Pretty much everything you would need to make it work.
Okay.
If you want one, here's a,
Yeah, please.
and whoever else. You guys have some information.
I don't know. I don't know how to get hold of you at all.
Well, there's no way I can get a hold of you. It always goes to voicemail and it thinks that I'm a scammer.
Same one,
I'm sorry.
you guys when it was in your warehouse, it's the same.
Well, I've got a couple different robots, several different
Are
ones.
you in the market for a really low price, good quality robot?
What kind?
No, he's,
Oh, like mine?
he's selling.
Yeah. Well, we've got a bunch of them. There's like 12 of them. All those up there. I know the round, bitty, and if I don't have it, I'll just go laser it. If you guys want one, it doesn't bother me. Ray Wiley needs to practice on actual lasering, right? He's
asleep. He's asleep.
But this stuff has really been my passion. I enjoy it.
I can tell.
We're hoping that it really grows, and we got plans for making. We call it an IR dog. So we're gonna take it's the Rover that's a little bit taller, so it can go in the grass, and we're gonna add a little thicker level, a tail, and a head that can pivot left and right, and we're gonna put 3 IR sensors on the front, and we'll have a remote control that we call the bone. And I saw a kid playing with one at a trade show.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Talk about gathering attention from people, and the kid just loved playing with it. But you have to stay in the shade, out of the sunlight, because of the infrared. It was just an amazing toy.
The kid was totally absorbed.
Oh yeah, absolutely loved it.
This is an elevator kit
Mhm.
made of wood, but it can be done with this tree and everything.
Cool.
As we know.
You could get into
Is that your kit?
Steve.
I did it.
You did it?
We would.
No, the dog.
Okay.
A month ago, I still assembling it. But
You should come to the shop and make it all out of good styrene.
I show you. I show the club this when they're already done. But it's very easy to make laser.
Mhm.
All these pieces and smaller. This is a little oversized.
Cool.
This is the other winners.
Uno. Playing with the elevator. I can get you to design a 10-story
Use
elevator
the ultrasonic sensor.
Yeah.
You
to know the distance, how far it's up and down.
You using PayPal?
already
Yes,
have-
we are. Right now, our only merchant services that I have enabled, there's like 20 different capable merchant services, but we're using PayPal for the payment method.
The cheapest.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember, I went to this year's ham convention. It's the big amateur radio convention.
I've been
And
dating.
yeah, I bought,
Used to be in Trotwood, but it's not there anymore.
used to be at Hara Arena,
In Trotwood.
right?
Tore
And
it down, didn't they?
no,
They're still there.
Hara's still there, but we
I was
moved
in
the
parking lot.
venue from Hara Arena over to something county fairgrounds.
Montgomery County Fairgrounds?
Yeah,
Down near Miami Valley Hospital, Wyoming?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I don't think
It's-
so.
It's
further
Xenia.
north.
Was
In
it
Xenia.
Xenia?
Green County.
Okay. They've ever done. They
Is that right?
should have done it 10 years ago. But it was awesome. Okay, so I
The
went.
Hair
this
Arena
year-
is still there. They haven't torn it. They're talking about tearing it
Oh,
down.
they ought to tear it down.
Hara Arena needs to be torn down.
It was like 2 years ago. They had a
It's been there forever.
2 years ago. They had a shit pipe that exploded in the parking lot, and there was crap everywhere. I'm not joking. Well, nobody wanted to go to that side of the whole venue because it smelled like dead. Okay,
Three-
it was
three-
bad.
3 or 4 years ago, they had a giant sinkhole open up out there.
It was horrible.
So that, Greene County, Fairgrounds is a great place.
So anyway, what I did was I bought a whole bunch of multimeters from there that look like they're like new condition. I've been taking them out at the shop, open them up, check to make sure those are good. I put them on eBay. So I paid $25, $28, $35 for them, and we're selling them. We're getting anywhere from $60 to $175, at auction for these. And that's how we're, I'm theoretically funding the robot stuff to go. In truth, Rabbit Laser is the sponsor for Rabbit Robots. So that's where your checks are coming from, right?
So all these robots, I
My lunch.
in K-12 world, I was a school treasurer. You're gonna go to like the Cincinnati States and all these schools
Mm-hmm.
to sell these things.
We already have
Out in
college
California,
instructors.
Does he hit the bricks out in California?
No, he's strictly a laser guy.
Oh, okay.
He does the laser machine.
So you get involved with all these boards of education and state education,
Trying
Ohio
to.
Department of Ed.
Trying to.
That's used to be my world.
Right now, we've got a couple of instructors that have put it in their syllabus that you have to go and purchase one of these 2 robots from rabbitrobots.com. But we're trying to put together like a 20-piece curriculum kit that a school can say, hey, yeah, we just want to buy 20 robots. They get a certain discount because they bought 20 kits.
Yeah.
So to do that, and if they can get in the groove of it, hopefully they'll be
You
buying
get a lot
20
of
to 40.
volume, that way you can get good prices.
I mean, it's already great prices. There's a robot called a Red Bot from SparkFun. It's $120. My equivalent is only $83.
So you're hitting price points based
and
better than your competition.
I would say my $83 robot does everything theirs does and more. So
Do you give the same kind of support?
I'm trying to put all the example projects, and I've been given some dictation that says, Ray, you need to build a curriculum. Teach this first week, teach this second week, teach this third week, and here's the schematics and here's this other stuff. So there's the Red Bot for
That's
100.
the one for 120.
Yeah.
Your $83 does that. And
Yeah. I mean, if you looked at my Bitty rover or the round rover, or we've got 5 sensors. I've got a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth built into mine.
Yeah, they're using a custom board.
And they're using a custom board. If that board gets damaged because of some stupid student, they got to go back and replace that board. If you damage my board, it's a mega. Everybody's gonna have extras of it.
They're using a custom board.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So they can control it and control a lot more aspects of it. But it programs with the IDE as if it was a mega. What's it? Oh, scroll up just a little bit. Let's see what the cost of their custom board is. Spark phones, that's a servo hat. No.
Yeah. Finding their custom board.
Appreciate you.
Reb.
If you're spending $40 over, then free shipping kind of plays in.
The main board is $50.
$50 for the replacement on that board?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they do the
half of
free shipping, but they
Mark everything
build
up.
more in the margin to cover.
Yeah. So like my board like that, it should be
$10.
$10. It's a mega, but then you buy a
$15.
motor controller board and you have a the shield, I don't remember what it's called.
The likelihood that you're going to destroy all of that is slim. You're going to destroy one, maybe.
Yeah, and you can replace
Maybe.
the interface shield for like $3, $4. The Wi-Fi board is only like $3.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think they're using XP. compatible,
They have an XP
Header.
compatible daughter
Which-
board right there.
which is another $30
Yeah, why would you do that?
because you
Because
can.
they can.
Because they can.
Where I don't want to do that. I want to have,
The Redbot is, it's actually an Uno. It's not a,
Nuno.
it's an Uno. It's not even an Mega.
Or
Theirs is ABS. It's lasered ABS. And that one right there shows an old model.
That's an
That one's
model.
acrylic.
Yep.
Okay. That one right there, being an older model, actually has a caster bearing. The new design with the ABS frame has they call it a nub caster. It's just a piece of plastic. You know how the original Biddy Rover had a piece of plastic that just kind of rubbed the ground like a tail dragger airplane? That's what their new dragger does. That's the shadow chassis. Do they show you a bottom view at all? Any chances? But it just has this little nub of a plastic that drags on the ground. And if you're on carpet, it doesn't work. And that's actually one of the main complaints from students. I went to University of Pittsburgh, and they had 15 or so of these robots. All the students were putting them together, having fun, learning about programming. And I always ask, what would you like to have better? So there's,
cool.
But this is the red bot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if those were all biddies? Biddy rovers.
Yeah. That chassis looks like it's based off of like those Aquabots or whatever that thing is.
Actobotics.
Octobotics.
So they're learning how to do programming on these, but there's a dozen complaints.
what's the blue tax?
Name tags for the student's name. They were supposed to personalize each one of them, so they could tell what it was. They have bunny ears. And
The idea is that the students keep the robot or not yet?
oh no, that's in their lab fees. They pay $150 in a lab fee, and for the $150, they get a toolbox, screwdrivers, wire cutters, pliers, soldering iron, and that robot.
So how old are they?
The students?
Yeah.
Those students are first year engineering in college,
18,
University of Pittsburgh.
19.
Because
Yeah,
this is
18,
mostly
19.
just for assembling hardware. What's the,
No, they're learning programming, they're learning line following, but they are downloading. Here's a pre-done program.
Yeah.
This one should let you do line following.
Yeah.
Here's a pre-done program. This one should let you do this. So they're given the basic programs. After that, I'm sure they're going to be told, make something of your own, modify it. And I'm doing the same thing on my website. I'll have programs available. If Ray Wiley wasn't here, I'd have been working on that more today.
with the Porlo Hulu?
Hallelujah.
That's what I have them do. I have them get it running, and usually have to do a little debugging and stuff like that. And then, for the combat, they can modify the rate that it changes or acceleration and stuff like that. And the end goal is to win this competition. It's in this ring.
Right.
And what happens is these things get banged up. Like I have 8 of those things. I think 2 of them work well now after 3 years of combat.
What's your remote control for them?
And it's a remote control. It's a line finder, and
But they bang them up?
they bang them up. It's a circle, and you go through the back and forth, and then when you make contact, you push. The idea is to push the enemy off the board. Sumo. Yeah.
Okay.
So
But there's no remote control to it at all?
no.
Okay. So what I did was I've got the 8266 Wi-Fi running in UDP, user datagram packets, which is really fast. I took a PlayStation 3 controller. So the PlayStation 3 controller goes into my laptop, and I'm playing with it. The Microsoft API catches all of the game controller functions and sends it out UDP wireless protocol, and the Mega is capturing all those commands to drive the robot around. So that's working right now. Next step is to make it work off of an Android. Next step after that is to make it work off of the
Now,
iPhone.
if you can do something, they love this combat stuff.
Oh yeah,
They don't like as much downloading and debugging programs.
download and watch it. They want to see it bang, hit, grab, go.
He's got the older model, but
And they don't
it's,
want-
that's
they wanna
basically
see
what
it
it is.
manifested in a ticket.
He's got the
Okay.
model that's based off the
Around.
Uno.
Okay.
That one's got its own controller built into it.
What kind of control?
It's basically a Leonardo.
Okay.
You've got the
So
one
mine,
that's
you have to
based
put
off of
the- You have to put an Arduino.
yours is, you got the older model,
Yeah. Now what it does,
the original
what
model.
it does have is,
It's the same.
it has a library, which is what you're gonna need. I mean,
Okay.
just libraries to do stuff. I mean, you can program it, but you need to have like libraries that will let it do stuff.
Libraries to let it
Follow the
access.
lines, yeah.
A library to access the Wi-Fi, a library to access the LCD, a library to play music on the buzzer.
It's 'cause it does that.
Yeah, mine comes with a buzzer, LCD,
You-
Wi-Fi.
You have some built-in tunes.
Yeah, how much is that doggy in the window?
Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. They really don't
Super
care.
Mario Brothers.
I did. I seriously. I was bored at the airport, and that was one of the first songs that I heard, and that I remember listening to as a little boy. And so I thought, what the heck? I'm gonna look up the musical notes, and so I'm reading sheet music. I converted it to tones and got to play it on the buzzer.
I've got Super Mario Brothers
Maybe some
playing
for my
on one of
childhood.
mine.
Yeah, it's a little fun.
Yeah, why not?
So, yeah.
Your compact rover is just slightly bigger than that, which
Wow.
disqualifies it for that size sumo.
I made it
it's
as small
too-
as I could go.
And it's too small for the big sumo competition because the big ones would just trounce it.
All right.
They'd
So,
kill it. So you've got to,
It's in the middle of.
yeah, you've got to create your own class.
my robot classes. Size class, weight classes.
Yeah,
Well,
which
I
isn't
was-
a big deal because sumo is kind of open to interpretation. So
I did the robot designs based off of low cost, trying to do the yellow gearboxes and the motors and wheels and stuff to be as low cost as possible because budget is a big concern with schools. But you still need to maintain all those costs, the functions. And then being able to say, hey, student, pull out your phone, download this app for free, run your laser, or run laser. I got laser in the head. Run your robot. I live lasers, you know that? Run your robot with your own cell phone, with your own Android pad.
all you'd really need to do is create your own. Take the base of the sumo rules and
Yeah,
just change it to
Yeah.
just enough to fit your robot.
yeah, I agree.
And then probably you could probably build a class for the biddy too, so that you would have.
Well, the bitty rover, round rover, all those are basically 6 inches diameter. That creates a whole class.
So
So yeah, but
you just take the rules and say,
I think
we
mine
don't
are.
like this part.
I think my robots, the rabbit robot stuff, is just more economical.
Well, this one's $150.
It's
Yeah.
150. The old ones were like,
Not 100 worth.
yeah.
But you had to add the controller for another $30.
Controller got cheap.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but still another $7,
another.
$5, $4. It got cheaper. Okay,
Yep.
and then the robot got more expensive.
The real advantage of this thing is those libraries.
The what?
The libraries.
Okay,
Because if you're somebody that's gonna.
I'm trying to get somebody to write all that code for me and have it ready.
I was working on that at one time.
If you're gonna set up a class And you know, where you're gonna have demos, have them do stuff. You wanna minimize how much you have to do.
Right.
Actually,
So-
Wears you out.
there's quite
Quite a lot of code there.
well,
And we need to put it on the website.
it's on the website. It's just not on the website.
It's
It's
on the
up-
server.
it's
It's not on the
uploaded.
website.
Actually, there is I did write a couple of libraries. You
Okay.
just,
We've got to get
you
some
just
code
don't know.
going. We got to get some code going. We got to take video of us playing with the robots. Yeah. So there's a lot of work to go. There's more of showing people this is the work that we've done.
But that stuff, we'll sell it. I
Yeah.
mean, the cost is good, but if you're the instructor and you gotta put the program, you
What-
don't wanna work too hard.
What I actually did, based on the conversation I had with him, I went from this is how stuff works to a little bit more advanced how stuff works to this is how you write a library. And my library that I wrote isn't actually complete. It's there and they can go in and they can modify it to make it more complete.
Okay.
Which was based on a conversation that we had.
What they wanna do is pound sign include, or, you know,
Yeah.
just wanna include it.
Yeah.
Have it be there.
And it's there, and then build a little bit of code underneath it.
Yeah, and then you tell them how to use it.
Well, it wouldn't be hard to add the code. I know what's missing.
Yeah.
Some examples.
But
I get it.
based on what we talked about, I made it so that they have to go in and learn something about how to
You still
actually
want to
make a
teach them
library.
some stuff.
Yeah, but, you know, if you're teaching a beginning class,
Well, the beginners
you don't wanna do
are
that.
different.
and mostly this stuff is interesting to beginners because it does something. It functionally controls something, so that's kind of exciting.
Well,
Teaching real object-oriented stuff is not fun.
it really, it would not be very hard. Actually, I took some of that home and I finished it up, and I've actually got libraries at work.
I just don't want somebody to think that their entire program is include video rover code, start line following, you're done.
Have you seen the stuff they have for, this, Pulo? Have you seen it?
I've seen, well, yeah,
They don't tell you everything, but the examples they give are simple and you can, kind of like with Arduino itself, you can understand what's happening.
Is it easily accessible from their website to grab their
yeah.
code?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look into it.
But
I'll see what I
the
can
other thing I'll
copy.
tell you is that, God, it's not easy to copy.
No, their libraries,
Are they
Try-
compiled and
They're gonna, no,
Unreadable?
they'll show you the code and everything.
no, the code's there. It's just confusing.
It's cryptic.
Yeah.
we don't want it to be cryptic?
Okay. I've sat there and tried to figure out what they have
Oh my
done with a
God.
couple of those things and
Oh my
all.
God. You know, it's like
My head hurts.
something
I'm
that
done.
you might write and you didn't put any comments in there.
Oh, but I comment a lot.
I know you're gonna do the right thing. There's not stuff that's gonna give you the gory details. You don't know what's going on.
They've got the idea of the library, this is how it works.
Yeah.
This library, here's how to access the library. It does work. That's all we're gonna say.
And you've got the
No.
idea of, I want to know how this library actually does
I want to
something,
teach other people how the library works.
which is why I went in stages to build them up to, this is the library. Now, once they get to this stage, they don't care how the library works. They've already
just wanna access
understand
it.
how it, what
We hope
they
that
did
understand.
to get there,
BBC or
hopefully.
a place where people write about the,
A forum or you're talking about Billboard community?
It's the same.
Yeah.
they do the work.
Now, this
Promote,
one is much more.
create some prizes
I-
and let the people do the work.
At the top of the thing right there, there's a forum.
That's-
I don't have any plans for making a forum on my website.
You will. You'll get there.
You make them do the libraries.
Okay,
Just make a,
I'll have to look that up to see if
Well,
my
see, the thing
site
is-
structure has a forum.
You don't have time to do everything. That's the problem. But
No,
if you would like Spark Fun, you would.
I
Because it
would.
is a game.
creating prizes and something. to do stuff
If
with the robots.
if you open the source up, if you actually publish the source code right now, the way it is, even if it's not 100%, you'd be surprised how many people would modify it to actually make it better and then publish it back to you.
On forums or on just trying to email it?
GitHub or
GitHub,
wherever.
you know.
And you can create rewards for people that do.
People
Yeah, and
stuff.
actually, I've seen companies do that. This is our code, it works,
Yeah.
but if you improve this part or this part, we'll
And
give
you are
you
creating a
credit.
community.
credit or
At the same
a
time.
discount or money or
Okay.
prizes or.
Wow. I'll have to look and see if my cart system might.
Attaboy.
Here's an attaboy.
Actually,
Because they wanted to work
I
just as
did
bad
see
as you
a
did.
way to figure, put a wiki on there, but not a forum.
Create a condition.
For OpenCart?
Yes, I figured out how to put wikis on
Yeah,
there.
you go to these sites and these people have
Plus
10,000
they come up
points.
with ideas.
And some people are into that, you know.
It gives them a little box
Microsoft
to
is
live down.
does it. You way up the ladder, you guru.
Giving away stuff.
I don't get it,
Yeah.
but there are people who really love that stuff.
And there's people that'll look and go, I want to just do it this way. I just want to do it this way. I don't care what you
Well, I
tell me
have-
to do.
I have a better way. That's kind of most of, my way is right.
Yeah.
My sons talk about that a lot, you know, it's like, there are people who, they will listen to you, but I want to do it my way.
Yeah.
So that's it. You say what you say, I want to do it my way.
There's a lot of different possibilities, especially with the motors that he's using and the driver he uses. There's probably a dozen different ways to do one thing, you know. In fact, I can think of like 4 different ways to make the motors go forward and backwards with that same driver.
You talk about with the same controller device. Okay.
I can think of 4 different ways to have speed control and make them go forward and backwards. Actually, three ways with speed control, 1 way with just forward and backwards.
Do you have something like, you talked about remote control, like that Android, MIT, you do those MIT Android apps, which are probably.
I am going to create basically, here's an example application. Here's all the source code, you can build your own.
No, it's fine, as long
Because,
as you can do it and it works and it's simple.
yeah, here's, the base stuff, tank mode, a free app. Here's another one, free app. Here's another one, free app. So if you want to download 4 versions, okay, well, here's the source code. You can build a customized app for something else. I don't like some of these apps that are out there that if you want to add this, you get this, you get this, and you have 10 points worth of you can add and build your own. After that, you have to pay for
Okay.
structuring the.
No,
It's like, no, they're not giving you source code.
No, they want
They're
to
giving you a configurable
I
program.
wanna make some money.
You want to make money.
At the end, you know, you can have to start thinking about that, Ray.
I'm ordering parts, and ordering parts for 400 robots gets a little expensive.
Yeah.
So
You're talking about App Inventor though. App Inventor,
Inventor?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just an easy way
Is
to get one quick.
Is it too basic?
No, it's got some pretty advanced stuff to it, but it was easy enough to get started when you don't know anything at all. So I don't really know how to make an Android app, but I can make one if I use that App Inventor.
Okay, well, it's an Android app.
App Inventor is an app.
App Inventor has an app component, yes.
Okay, making an app for an Android is not difficult at all. It's really not that hard.
It kind of depends on what I say the hardest thing for me is the tool, like Android Studios.
Android Studio?
Which is supposed to be just really good and really great. But
Hmm.
it doesn't work for me as well as Microsoft. And maybe because I'm biased to Microsoft. Because even in my class, I still teach the kids how to do a Windows Phone app because it's close to Visual Basic, you know.
Okay.
Teaching Visual Basic, it's not a problem building a phone app. I can build these Android things, but I can't build them doing anything halfway sophisticated. So you just get into class after class after class, and you keep digging and debugging.
Now, it gets difficult when you start looking at like the user interface thread and the Wi-Fi thread, and you're doing multiple thread stuff, so that you're not colliding this information with this information
One of the things
and
I
wasting
want
your user interface
to do
thread
is
time.
I wanted to connect, do network connections. I mean, I can do something where you log in and do a calculator or something like that. It's not that hard to do. But when you start to try to do the thing like the stuff I wanted to have,
Like a real time here, turn right, turn
control-
left, turn right,
yes,
turn
yes,
right.
yes, that kind of thing.
Hit the button, turn the relay on. Yeah, you're trying to do that really fast.
Yeah.
That's why I picked UDP programming, UDP protocol, because I wanted to make sure that, I mean, it was happening crazy fast.
Message got there.
No, there's no confirmation that the message
I
got
know
there.
that.
Okay, that's why you send it 500 times. Go forward, turn right, fire.
Well, does that clog the process out because you're sending too
Well,
much?
the thing is
No,
that if you get
not
something,
really.
if you get something wrong, there's nothing to say come back and send
No
them
bio,
another.
no feedback.
You can build into your application that I send something and it should handshake back. That can be built into the robot application and my Android application. It's not built into the UDP transmission control protocol.
Like Frank says, how do you know?
This thing is also moving, you know.
Okay. Yeah,
It's moving.
Yeah.
And so it's got to happen pretty fast.
yeah.
The app that I
Okay.
did was off of TCP, not UDP.
Okay.
That's the one I did, but
One day, I think you were sitting right here, and you were running an app, and it was fast. I mean, it was doing numbers on the screen faster than we could read them. I mean, just to read and in your head recognize the numbers, not to say them out loud. And there was other apps that I saw you doing that you built the information into the HTTP header.
Yeah.
And that was slow as shit. There's no way we could use that.
Yeah. If you want to do things fast, it's not going to work.
So I started looking into how can I do this
What
really,
you
really
can't,
fast.
you know, if you want to get sophisticated with God, no, that's not as fast either. No, it's hard. I was going to say use API.
there's a bunch of
That's not
different ways to
There's,
do
there's,
it.
there's a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I'm using, in the system where I'm using the PlayStation 3 controller, going into the USB into a computer, I'm using the Microsoft API that captures all this information. In the computer, I'm stripping it down to this button is on, that makes a 1. This other one's on, that makes a 1. This one's off, this is off. It's a 16-bit, 16 character string, and that character gets sent over the UDP communication. The reason I made it 16 characters instead of 16 bits is that when the Arduino picks up 16 characters, all it has to do is say, is this character a 0 or 1? Is this one? It doesn't have to do any
Bit manipulation.
bit manipulation. All it has to do is look at this character, what's the next character, what's the next character, and then it has a terminator at the end of the string. And if this character is a pound symbol, we're done. Look for the next communication. So I have to build what is my communication structure. That's where I'm getting to.
One of those robots, or one of those demos I did, I was sending a JSON string to it. And one of them I was just sending, I think I used an API and I was just sending something at the end of a website. Basically, there was a server running on the robot and I was just sending something to that server.
I rather like the Bluetooth to control robots. There are plenty of terminals, Bluetooth terminals in apps, more than a dozen.
Yeah,
You can assign shortcuts in each application.
Are you talking with Bluetooth or?
Bluetooth.
Okay. We don't want to use Bluetooth for, everybody's like, why, what? With the robots. And the reason is because start looking at students. And we're hoping to get as many students as we can, high school students, interested. When you look at the demographic of students and what cell phones they have, most of the popular students, most of the students, period, have iPhones. When you start looking at the high-tech students, then those have a lot of Androids, right? Okay, so there's definitely a demographic difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think about discussions that my high school students have.
Apps for iPhone and for
Okay.
Android.
The guys say that the iPhones are for teenage girls.
Okay, the problem is that we want everybody, and teenage girls are very intelligent as well.
They like the cuteness of the phone.
Okay, they do because they're playing that part, but they actually are very code-based, they're very inventive, and we don't just care that they're pretty. Okay, the teenage girls actually have quite a lot to contribute.
Yes,
but they do have.
We know you have a bunch
I
of
have
daughters.
2 of them. Hey, I got time to do
Commercial.
I hope there are 5 iPhones and 1 Android.
Okay, so the reason I'm talking about Androids versus iPhones is that iPhones they intentionally alienated they alienated the parallel programming mode in the Bluetooth communication structure. So if you're using an HC04 Bluetooth, you cannot talk with an iPhone. There is a new Bluetooth, it's called an HM10, HM-10. I'm experimenting with it right now, and that one on its own might have communication method to an iPhone. But all of the Bluetooth is working just great with Android, but we have to be able to cater towards iPhones, iPads, and Ray was telling me that there are a lot of schools that they're being sponsored. And all the students have iPads, and they've got iPhones, and they've got Macs. And if we alienate them, we're screwed, because those are the ones that are really well funded, are more likely to say, hey, yeah, I'll take 40 robots per semester.
Apple's always been strong in education.
Yeah, but they're also strong to say anything that comes through the app download manager or whatever, they want to be able to have some way of pulling money through it. Even if it's a free app, they're like, oh, but at a certain level, they're going to be paying for services inside the app. Service that nobody really wants to pay for. I want to make the entire app as free as possible. Okay,
So,
which is against him.
Yeah,
But
okay, here's what popped into my head. Like you make money on software, or you make money on hardware, or you don't make money. So how are you gonna make money? You gonna make money on the hardware?
I don't need money.
Look, this has always been a hard thing.
No,
Because,
You don't
people-
care about making money, you just want to sell robots.
I do love the robots.
Like
Okay.
Gary's carpet.
Right now, I make enough money on per robot. If I could make $1 on an app, that might be good. Because if I can get $3, per robot, you're gonna have maybe 3 students sharing it.
What about a book? Like a lot of times in these cases, and then you need, like I was looking at this thing with real-time operating system. This book that costs $120 if you wanted to do development.
I've been
Somewhere in that
writing.
model,
I've been writing a book
money.
on lasers, but I got so in depth in it. The only person I would want to give that book to is Ray Wiley. Okay, because he would benefit from it, learning from all the stuff that I've been documenting. But I don't want my competitor to
Think
get.
about IBM. They sell this expensive hardware, but they really make money selling services and selling.
And they
software.
really got stupid in not owning the disk operating system because they only wanted to lease it. They made some mistakes.
Everybody makes money off software. Microsoft makes money off software. Office.
All right.
So
You do a great piece of software. I'll pair it with my. I'll pair it with my robot. And we'll both make money.
No, you're thinking long term. you want to get in there. You want everybody to use your robot, and you already figured out a way to make a profit even off the robot. But thinking long term. It's like, how do I get really rich off of this thing?
This shield
Stupid
down
rich.
here,
Stupid rich.
this one shield.
Yeah.
They actually, this is
Eye shield, one shield.
one shield. This is the new model that works with both Android and, but before the HMC, the HM10,
No one.
they had two different shields. If you owned iPhones or an Apple product, you had to buy the one that was specifically designed for that
I
Apple.
bought several Bluetooth models last month. A10, I think is.
So Bluetooth 4.0 HM10s are definitely compatible to iPhone?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I check just to make sure.
The new models.
Okay.
What's going on?
We got a couple HM10s on the.
It says supports iOS 9 and up and Android 4.3 and up. So,
Okay.
but I know for a fact they had, before this new model came out, they had two
I
different
bought the
shields.
new ones that are square instead of rectangular.
All right. So I have another contribution for that. Hopefully we're okay. With Bluetooth, you're limited to 28 feet.
Yeah.
That's the definitive. In reality, I've gone 90 feet.
Yeah.
So it depends on your environment, how much intermod crosstalk you got. 30 phones in a room, there might be some conflicting data. The Wi-Fi modules, they're not as energy friendly, but they've got a crazy range. Really, really nice.
Yeah.
One of the things that the instructors are talking to me about is data throughput, range, because they said, hey, if there is a
You said using UDP, right?
Mm-hmm.
For fast and straight for communication.
if there was a what do they call it, a person that breaks into the school, an armed, I can't. No, I mean somebody comes in with a gun.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So they're saying they don't want to have some kid go out there with a camera. They said if I could put an action camera that does Wi-Fi and they'll be able to drive this robot around, at least they can say, hey, this guy's on the left side of this hallway, and
They had a kid in Spokane, Washington yesterday.
yeah.
So that's thinking ahead.
Oops. No, that's email.
So you can have those robots out there.
So they're wanting a robot that has the ability to go a certain speed and can feed back a camera. So yeah, we're looking at putting an action camera turret on them. An action camera can get as low as like $45 with Wi-Fi output capability. So that can be in tandem with the Wi-Fi distance thing for the robot.
And the software for that thing could be expensive.
$2. That'd be okay.
Okay, you don't want to charge them. If they want to do something that's like high security, because it costs you nothing, you don't want to charge nothing.
We have a sticker. It's called "For the Love of Ham Radio." Okay, and those stickers are free because we want more people in
I
it.
saw those.
Now, you know the story of Unix, right? It got developed, and the manager said, stop messing with that crap. So they started giving it away to universities. And universities wanted it so bad, and actually so did businesses, because people graduated. So then they start selling it. And that's actually what led to Linux. This guy, Linus Torvalds, he's embedded in this, so he built a smaller version. But they thought there was no value in the software. There's value in the software. That's what I'm trying to sell to you.
Linus didn't think there was no value in it.
No, he did. He had no choice, because he couldn't buy this
He
AT&T.
recognized that it
Yeah, he
had
couldn't buy
value.
this AT&T.
Yeah.
He would be done. But now, people now will sell you like Red Hat. When it came out, I'll give you Red Hat, but you have these support packages, so that's where they make their money.
Yeah, I have some CDs. So okay.
I'm just trying to get you, Ray.
I'm gonna sign.
Think money.
Get me looking
You
at
should be one of these
software.
Windows toilet guys.
Oh, I got a mod for you. I have a mod for
One of
you.
the component testers.
I have a mod for you. You're gonna love it. Okay. Here's the problem with your component tester.
Okay.
It's always draining the battery. It even says on the site where you buy it from, that it always has a current drain. Okay? So if you leave it, just the battery plugged in, you come back 3 weeks later, there's a chance the battery's gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did was I drilled a hole in the side and put in a switch.
There's an
Simple.
easier one. Just plug in a barrel plug.
No, I didn't want to have a, I don't want to take it apart to get to the battery.
You don't have to. But see, that has a barrel plug on the side. You can run it on an adapter. So, and that breaks the circuit to the battery. So if I just plug in a barrel plug with no wires on it or anything, it disconnects it. I added the little piece of tubing because.
There's a pain to get in there. Mine is built a little different.
That
Yeah,
one,
the one that I built is a
Mine
homemade model.
doesn't exist.
no, this was a kit. This was $14.20 delivered. It tests.
$8 or $9 delivered. It looks darn similar.
Mine was even
transistors,
cheaper than
fans,
that,
MOSFETs,
delivered.
case and everything.
I
Yeah,
built mine.
yeah, that's cool.
Measures frequency, voltage up to 50 volts,
Frequency would be a neat thing to have though.
provides frequency.
Generate
Ah.
sine wave, square wave.
That, to me, that would be worth the 50
Okay, my old
bucks.
one's for sale. Anybody wants my old one, I'll get a new one.
What goes in, what goes in here?
Pretty much any component that you want to test.
Okay.
This is the big
Well,
deal.
it's the same-
Rocket
same-
size.
2 or 3
New,
complete
smaller.
components, not.
Same motor.
It'll also directly read IR sensors
Same size,
and give you the number that, I mean,
with
if
the
you
same chain.
shine a TV
No.
remote at it,
New
it'll tell you
chain,
what
new
the,
sprocket
whatever it
size,
The different codes are.
new
So what's
ratio.
the processing?
The old sprocket system.
With your,
328.
so with your IR sensor, would you have to provide any other components with it?
No,
You just drop in the IR sensor.
Yep.
We tested, when I say we, I'm talking about Leroy, me, and another guy. We tested 3 different IR sensors, and we hooked them up. We hooked them to the oscilloscope to make sure what the voltage levels were, that they were clean. We provided the proper resistors and capacitors to get the crisp edges and everything. And we found that